is this thing on? Oh no. David can't drink. That's a problem. Someone, real quick, one person, just one, like McLovin would be good. How is the sound? How is the volume? What is that? What is that? The Mule. 63 Dodge Dart Gasser. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. We're going to watch that later. Seems good. Nice! We're working on cordless DJI mic power. Sound is A-OK. That's great! I don't have to strain my neck to talk into a mic anymore. We stepped into the 23rd century this last week. We got a couple of them here to talk to my new camera. And when I say new camera, it's just one of them little handheld, whatever. The point is, the camera came with one, and then we got a kit of a couple more for cool stuff. So there you go. The future is now. Welcome to the future. Yeah. You know what's funny is I'm pretty sure Tony streams with exactly the same mic. Look, he's got a little hat. Isn't that cute? I should probably stop playing with it. Hey, everybody. Dan Tupper's here. DP Wheeler's here. Good work this week. Thank you. Is this to mitigate the issues with your iPhone not recording volume? No, totally unrelated. Totally unrelated, actually. That just randomly happened. Let's see. That'll probably play through headphones, which I don't have to wear anymore. I mean, I could, but they wouldn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know what my iPhone was doing, but yeah, actually, just totally randomly the other day, Byron sent me a link to these little baby lav mics, and he was like, "Tell me I shouldn't order those," and I was like, "You shouldn't order those. I'll order those." So then I did, and then I started looking at cameras, and now we're here. Lovejoy needs to come and swap one of the Fords. Yes, you probably should do that. Yes, actually, you know, it's funny. Dead Cougar Garage is in the house. I just popped over to his live, and I saw your comment on the board, and he was talking about Tony's stuff. Anyway, iPhone things. Before anyone asks, Cider Boy Strawberry Magic, which I regret immediately because it's really sweet. Hi, Alan. Alan says, "Hi, Jamie. Great work on the Come and Swap." Thank you. Appreciate that. The hat is for high wind conditions. Is it? Oh, yeah. Now, Byron just got excited and installed all of them, so. Yeah. Circle fade away. What are we talking about? Rick Gobby is here and says, "Sorry, late to the party. Can you tell us about your Les Pauls?" That's a Snow Fighter. Nice. Or is that yeah, 73 Snow Fighter, right? I can't quite tell what grill it is. Maybe it's a 74-6 grill. Anyway, it's a Snow Fighter. My Les Pauls. Yeah, that's my original. I got that in 2010. That's a 1997 Korean Les Paul. Love it. Epiphone. That is its spiritual successor because the neck on that one is ruined. This is a 2003, I think. Very similar, slightly different finish. Whoa. That was weird. The picture just got clear. No idea what that's about. That is a Tribute Series P90 Gibson. Love that thing. It's my new favorite. Full Garage is here and says, "Love the videos this week. Props to your helpers." Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was awesome. I really appreciate their help. There's no way I could have gotten anywhere near as much progress done without them. I do talk about the Les Pauls every week. People love the Les Pauls. Tanner's here, and he's sore and tired. Something about a motorcycle race. Did Tom see the bed drop? Yes. Did you see Tom's comment? Jamie has been keeping me updated on this project. He did not mention dropping the bed. Good times. Empire Rust is here. Saw an interesting rig today. White mid-70s step-side bed hauling a frame. Interesting. No Stairway to Heaven. Practice it elsewhere. Farm Truck 01. I saw your comment, responded to your comment with my email address, which is deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. Oh, you're local. Well, they're very much available. Did I think it was you. The picture looked like you. Your picture. I rewatched a video from Howie's Garage today from a couple years ago on a 10-speed swap in a first-gen Cummins. I swear that was your picture. Maybe not, though. Rick Gobby, you're a handy guy. Could you work on the neck of the Les Paul with the bad neck? I'm the one that glued it back together, which is why it sucks. Plymouth on Plywood's here. Where am I? Here, I think. What do you know? Yes, it's Dart Week. Alan is ready. We have multiple darts to... Yeah, only half the bed dropped. Exactly. We have multiple darts to doctor. We got to finish Vivian's dart. I should order seals for that right now. That would be funny. No, no, we're not doing that. What are you doing? Why did it just try to enter StreamYard? Huh. 1963 Dodge Dart. No Smoke on the Water. You know that's one of the first songs I learned to play. That's true. Dodge. Diarte. Where? What? Oh, 19. Oh my God. Amateur hour over here. 63. There you go. Dodge. Screw it. I'm giving up. Remind me to order seals, Alan. Scamp Week. Scamp Week is coming soon. Yeah, when are you gonna be here? Ooh, we should probably figure this out. Tanner Vad. March 13. Perfect. Good. Yes, Dart, and Big Block Dart. Exactly. Altered Cart and Dart Goose. Altered Carbon says that truck video was great today. Can't wait for the next one. Me neither. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's doing a lot better than the last one, which is weird because I thought the last video was good, but it was different than the normal fare. But anyway, can you be less stupid, please? Dodge. Darte. There we go. Slant. Sickness. Yes. Exactly, yeah. That bed is a rotten piece of garbage, actually. Turns out. Anyway. Torque converter seal. Yeah. In stock? No, that's the 727 seal, you silly goose. Ah. Tramp scamp. Oh, good times. Are you getting the rough weather up? Oh, I don't know where Granddad's. Oh, Barry Cuda's here. How's it going, Barry Cuda? They're close enough to be in the same weather pattern. Putting the blown Hemi in the dart this week. Wrong! So, the reason I'm late is because I drove up to get this. I've been waiting for that to be ready. Not like I was in any hurry. I still don't have an engine to put it on. But that is an all-new build 871. It's bare cast aluminum. It has the perfect vintage look, but it's a new case, brand new case and rear cover, which is what you're going to see in the Banana, not anything on the front. I got a drive, I got pulleys, I got all the things, and then I got home, and obviously before live streaming with 5 minutes to go, I had to mock it up. Oh, there you go. It's even right in front of the Banana. Isn't that nice? It's minty. So all I got to do now is build the engine. And to be honest with you, I'm actually not sure which Hemi we're going to build now. I thought it was going to be that one, but now it might be the other one. Did I ever mention that this is to Dodge Garage Live? I think I did. Oh, Barry Cuda has come here from the Preppers channel. Yeah. How's it going? It's good times. Patrick Radcliffe, I see why you gas up at night at the Quick Mart. I was over your way today. Dude, that station, it's the cheapest by a lot. And the 7-Eleven closed. And anyway, everyone goes there, and it is impossible to get gas during the day. It is just stupid. So, yeah. Idaho lineman said VE pump Cummins noises were great this week. They just fire up so easily. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. There's a reason I really like those things. Well, Blah Blah said today's video looked like a truckload of work. Uh-huh. No more iPhone video. There probably still will be. You know what's funny is I just set this thing to 4K a week and a half ago, and now I've been shooting everything in 4K to get nicer quality iPhone footage right in time to stop using it. This is my second iPhone that the channel has been on, and I guess it's 2 years old now. It has to be. And the battery life has just, oh, it's so bad. It is done for. What? It said Tom sent me something. I'm confused. There it is. Yep, it's a CUDA. Sure is. Anyway, if you don't drink, you might get dehydrated. Cheers to that. We actually had a fire last night and grilled, and oh, it was nice. What are we doing? Rebooting? What's going on? I'm so confused. Stage Zero, Jason. Hey there, can you suggest a good new 2-barrel carb for my 318? Some knockoff Carter BBDs on that Amazon place for $75. Tony did a video on the knockoff Amazon Chinesium carbs. They're not the best. There's Tom. Tom is here. Must have heard us talking about him. Tom, this wireless mic I'm using is your fault. Thanks, though. Tom just picked up a Barracuda convertible, and here it is. Wow! It's like a Barracuda, but missing something very important. Tom's been a world traveler. Yeah. He's on the wrong side of Washington right now. Dead Cougar Garage is calling the authorities. Imagine putting a supercharger on a 12-valve Cummins. Why? They have turbos. Is that the Tom? Is that autoarchaeology? Ryan Brute? Apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But that is indeed the Tom. How's it going? A half-used chicken? Yeah, that's the way we'll be describing said chicken on this live stream where we don't say bad words. No, I seriously, people said it sounded fine. The desk mic is definitely better sounding. I'm trying this out because my neck is like ruined, and sitting at the desk and talking into the mic is like the worst for it. So we'll see if this helps. I can like relax, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Does the crew cab have a name? Asks John Smith. I suggest Buddy after the original Tin Man. I don't know. That's a Tom question. I don't think I get to name it. If I name it, there will be a bad word in it. Boop, boop, boom. Twin charged. No, Cummins diesels don't use superchargers. There's a reason for that. That's a 446. Wow. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. Paul Steinberg is here and said, hey there, Jamie. Great videos once again. Dead Dodge Garage now in 4K. Now with less sodium. Or maybe more sodium. Yeah, that 7-Eleven was a little... There's a reason they closed it. You know what's crazy is the day they closed the 7-Eleven, the interesting crowds of people kind of hanging out across the street disappeared. Cleaned the neighborhood up like that. And I really don't think the two things are directly related, but just saying. Altered Carbons says, man, I don't know what I want to see more. Perky, LeSabre. Do we have a LeSabre? Mega Tin Grill. I want it all. Well, you're going to get it all. So there you go. Brocklo's in the house. I already read one of his comments. Alan says 426 Hemi 1968 Charger, question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. Jamie is now a poor. I sold something, and I cannot remember what it was. Maybe I sold... No, I have no idea. I sold something. I don't remember what. But anyway. Squirrelitis is here and says, thanks again for the advice on early 60s 383 lifters. Yeah, you bet. We've run into that before. The 1966 Coronet convertible, or is that a 67? 67 Coronet convertible. We put a, it's a 383 car, put a 383 in it. I did not build it. Whoever did build it used, they mixed up early lifters and late push rods or vice versa. I think it was late lifters and early push rods. And the early push rods have the 1/4-inch ball and they're a little bit longer, and so it was holding all the valves open. But yeah, as long as so Big Blocks changed the lifter and push rod configuration in 1968, 67, it's somewhere in the mid-late 60s. And you can swap between the two. The early lifters, as long as you use the early push rods, you're fine. The late lifters, which is what you're going to get with any aftermarket cam, as long as you switch to late push rods, it works just fine. So that's what that comment was about. Yeah, we learned that one the hard way. I didn't know that before a couple of years ago. Farm Truck 01, who is commenter number 1, is loving the truck content. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm loving the truck content too. The banana peel. I don't know what LeSabre we're talking about. Ray's Speed Shop. I'm trying to find a tin grill to trade my 91 Caprice wagon for. There's got to be someone out there that wants that. Timothy Holcomb wants to see, definitely wants to see more on Perky. You and everybody else. Boys, what did we say? No guitar talk. That's right. Baby Bush, went to the junkyard today and I saw a Datsun 280Z with a 318 in it. That is sick. I've discussed here before that my brother and I mocked up a 340 block in a 280Z once. Never finished it, obviously, but we did mock up the block in there and it was pretty cool. Andrea Mills is here. Hi. That is not Farm Truck 01. It's someone with a picture of a truck that looks very much like yours. And I know they've commented here too, but I can't remember the handle. Anyway, interesting. Dead Cougar Garage is watching a circle. Everyone else can hear me, right? Pendejo Bread is back. I'm putting a Hemi in an A van, not a B van. Also, it's a pickup. David would like to see the turquoise Power Wagon 318 poly done before he can walk again, so he doesn't have to help. My buddy Mike has a 60, whatever, maybe I've talked about it here. He has a 2-wheel drive swept line, the same wheelbase as that Power Wagon, and it's turquoise. And I'm trying to buy the whole thing for a body donor. Classic Rocket says, the new mic sounds fine. It's got to be better than some of them. Stephen Andrews is here. How's it going? Not to change the subject, but my nephew left a 1970 Firebird here. Need to find a Pontiac engine. I can't help you with that. Sounds fine. And Dead Cougar Garage is good now. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Overbuild Automotive says the audio is hi-fi. Nice. Good deal. There's a 56 Chevy Bel Air with a 2JZ in it. There's a 68 Charger with a 2JZ in it. Idaho Lineman, ever messed with an AX15 out of Dakota for a cheap 5-speed swap? I have not. It's not a direct fit in a car, but people have done it. Junkyard D wants to know if hibernation is over yet. Dude, it was this weekend, but it's going to be pouring rain again Tuesday, so you might as well go to sleep. EMS guy says, you sound great. Also with this setup, you don't fade out when you turn your head. That's nice. Yeah, these things are pretty great, honestly. The sound is different. I used to do these lives with like a high quality vocal recording condenser. No more color changing. It's still here if you want. It hadn't been color changing for a long time, Anyway. Good evening, Captain Bad Bill. How's it going? Yeah. Calling the death metal charger a car is being nice to it. Oh, Patrick Radcliffe sent me $5, Fiverr for the crap hats return. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Powered by crap. I got to get a new one. Look how dirty this thing is getting. This is my clean day hat. And Timothy Halcombe just became a Dead Dodge Garage Gold member. Thank you, Timothy. That is awesome. I think we've got, I don't know how many gold members we have now. I think it's around 40. So thank you very much. And with gold membership, you get a 10% merch discount. You get one-on-one direct support from yours truly. I'm really curious. I'm going to double check. Oops, wrong button. Hold up. Wait a minute. This ain't no hot tub. Oh, we're actually up 3 members today, but just 1 gold member. Oh, is this going to give me a number? No. Do I know how to count? Wow, I'm good. It's 41. Look who was first, or who has been a gold member the longest. That's right. It's Alan. Thanks, everybody. Much appreciated. John Travolta was the best gold member. People have clean hats? I mean, I think people do, but I'm not people. My mom is here. Hi, Mom. Yeah, Norm 1200 prefers the clip mic. Me too. I'm going to check in on the audio after the fact and make sure it is up to my exacting standards. But I'm pretty sure this is what we're going to do going forward. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more, say no more. Tiffany is the fanciest fancy. Nice. Running hats through the washing machine? Isn't this cardboard in here? That seems like a dangerous game. Dead Cougar Garage is up to 92. Everybody who has not subbed to Dead Cougar Garage, if you want to, should go sub to Dead Cougar Garage and help him get to No Name. Alan is the OG gold member, yes. Now, he's also the best gold member, says Alan. Agreed. Mark Bass says the audio sounds hollow. Yeah, we're trying out something new today. Makes my life easier. I could clip it to my beard. That actually might be really funny. Wash hats in dishwasher. Uncle Shane's hats wind up getting trashed by the nastiness of the Mopar mechanic stuff. I've retired 3 or 4 Dead Dodge Garage hats because they just get disgusting. Rope 1958, the dog is in the house. Hello, how's it going? My niece took my Dead Dodge Garage hat off my head the other day and then put it in her mouth, and I was like, please do not do that. Oy. The beard mic. Yeah. My mom liked the color changing mic. Yeah, what's the point? Yeah. I know, no, I actually almost just did clip it to my hat, but I can't do it. Most new hat bills are plastic. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Kids. Yeah. Andrea Mills says Gojo hand cleaner cleans greasy hats. Interesting. Dolphin Don is here and says the diesel truck is looking great. Look at this. I showed this in a video. This is my new pocket light, but check it out. It's got double clips. Yeah, isn't that handy and not at all stupid? In a pinch, though. Yeah, don't let the dog take your garage hat. Good thinking, good thinking. DJ Kami says, seen on maybe Skid Factory, clipping the mic to the corner of the hat works well. I believe you. I believe you. Tommy Van is here and says, great video today, Jamie. I love the come and swap tin grill fun. Thank you. Appreciate that. I enjoyed it myself. Getting it to run was just such a huge moment. Very, very happy about that. And although the last video didn't do amazing, here it is toward the bottom of the list. Today's is right in the middle. Right in the kill range. That's good enough for me. That is good enough to do one more. Any storm in a port. That's funny. Legba is here. What's your favorite period of Dodge trucks? By looks, by performance. I like the exterior of the 40s and swept lines. Love the third gen I have too. I actually clipped it here to put it out of sight. Okay, fine. Here. Let's go here. I'll try this. Oh, it's got performance anxiety. Okay, tell me if that's better. And we'll just keep moving it. Favorite period of Dodge trucks? Tin grill, but I like them all. That's the problem. But the tin grill era is the one for me. They're still attainable. They're well engineered. They have better suspension and steering systems than the swept lines did. They look better. I hesitate to say they were better built. I don't know if that's accurate, but well built, you know? More bottom end. Sounds okay. Go ahead and clip it to your beard. All right, fine. We'll go with this. But now you see the funny little floofy thing. Oh, well. Robert Fitch says it looks dorky, and I agree. What's this now? Ooh. Empire Russ just sent me this. Ratty. Little red rat. That's what that is. Nice. Blacked out 78 grill. Crazy bumper thing. I don't know what they're storing in that. Something. Huh. Kind of cool. Some clicked the mic to their hat. Yes, we were just talking about that. You sound like you're talking in a box. You know, there is no winning. General maintenance sold on Bring a Trailer? I'm putting it back. I don't like this. Get a floofy thing that matches your beard. There you go. Nope. Won't stay. Sticking with it. Don't care. Great when windy. I could take the thing off. Let's see. There's that better? Bye. Nose ring microphone combo. Quit while you're behind. Chris says in about 25 years your beard will match the color of the floofy thing. Dead Cougar Garage is out? All right, bye. Hopefully you got a couple subs from that plug. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it on camera. That's good. There's one very gray hair. And I don't think it's that. That's a reflection. There it is. Yeah. There's one very, very gray hat. Or wait, I'm confused. Someone... All right, I don't know what's going on. Plymouth on Plywood, hang out with my brother watching passively this week. Robo Style just subbed to Dead Cougar Garage. Nice. Yeah. Robobert asked, what happened to the Datsun? I thought Dead Datsun Garatsun was great. I thought it was too. But I sold it. Nothing was happening with it. Gopher Garage is here. How's it going? Patrick Radcliffe. I was thinking put the hoist between the cab and the bed on the D600. That's what I was thinking. The problem is there's going to be exhaust in there, so I'm not sure if we'll have enough room. Oh, no to the mic cover. Pulling the mic cover off did not help. Okay. David says if I run for office, I'll need to dye my beard to look older. A 24-year-old man, when I was 24 years old, was elected mayor of Aberdeen. I think I'll be okay. When are we going to see the Green Monster? Asks Ted Cougar Garage. I do not know. Barry Cuda wants to know, Jamie, are you a fan of convertibles? I don't like floppy roofs. I did like my little Cobra replica thing. That was a very fun car, but for many different reasons. Yeah, DJ Kami, if you aren't using a U47 or similar for your live streams, what are you even doing? I almost got one of those. Or wait, is it a U47? Wait, hold on. No. That's money. I thought you were talking about the Shure mic everybody uses. But yeah, you're right. I'm a coward. Just wait, the gray catches up. Oh, I know. It's all in here, but you can't see it yet, so that's good. Anyway. Martin Motors Co. Where do you buy tin grill parts? I just bought a 75 Club Cab Power Wagon. Cool. And I'm having a hell of a time finding parts, like a tailgate for one. I don't suppose you're in the Pacific Northwest, because I have 2 tailgates. Matter of fact, I was considering, yeah, U47s are insane. I was thinking of a different mic. I've looked at those before. No. The nicest mic in this place cost $100. I was thinking of starting a company called Tin Grill Parts. I should copyright that. But I'm not actually doing that because I don't have any time. Oh, you're in Eugene. Well, if you want to make a trip up to Western Washington, I have a tailgate. I have a very nice two-tone brown. The only problem with it is someone put a lock on it, like for a canopy. So it'll have extra holes in the middle for that. But it's really, really nice. I have another less nice one. It's rust-free, but it has a dent on the top over on the driver's side. That one could be quite affordable. I have other one. So like I said, I was thinking about starting a company called Tin Grill Parts. Brocklo wants to know. No, I traded it for a microphone. Why can't a Detroit Diesel 6V92 TA fit in the Dodge D600 medium duty truck? Who said it couldn't? It's big. Yeah, SM7B, so you can sound like a morning zoo DJ. There you go. Cheers, Tiggs Fixin' Fab, who is a member. Thank you. I think I'd have to put an E, Tin Grill, the fancy way. Dead Goats Racing is here. How's it going? Rob might need an instrument cluster for a 77 Tin Grill. Yeah, I have 2, I believe. Yeah, I have 2. SM58 all the way. I got 2. Actually, I have a 58A, Beta 58A. Bobby Z says, what do you think of a 273 swap and a 93 D150? Currently a 3.9 with a bad ECM. I like a 273. The problem is, well, no, 93, that's the last year of that. Yeah, so it'll mount right in there. Not with your 3.9 mounts. I wonder what your driver's side engine mount perch will look like. I wonder if it'll be like this Cummins parts truck that has an extra bracket to get the old school mounting ear location. Anyway, 273s are great. I like them. The Tin Grill Soldier. Nice. Corey Williams 5555 just became a DDG member too. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. A 273 in a truck is unusual, but not unheard of. Just got a blackout behind the grill. Yes. Bobby Z's got a welder. These are problems you can solve then. There you go. Someone asked about a Pontiac straight 8, and funny story, I almost bought a Pontiac with a straight 8. The engine was out of it, sitting in the garage in front of it. This was a block from my old house, and this must have been 14 years ago. The car was sitting there for a long, long time. Kind of crazy lady that just wandered around. Had it there, and some friend of hers took it apart to rebuild it. Yeah. Anyway, Junkyard D, what is the spec range on head gasket diameter, bore diameter versus cylinder bore diameter? I found some 4140s in my stash. Seems excessively large for standard bore 360. You know it is. Spec range, I don't know. When we're building 273s, we're using a 4040 or 4070, I think that's a 30 over. Maybe it is 4140. The typical Felpro is sized for the biggest overbore 340. Yeah, I mean, it's 40. Whatever. The point is, I've run those on 273s, and I don't love it. It's dumb, but, it works. You're going to get carbon buildup in there, and it might do something, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. Obviously, the closer to your bore size you can get, the better. If for no other reason than you're giving up some compression. Tanner can attest that I'm going gray. How would you know? Legba, the Tin Grill is the Dodge equivalent of the C10 Chevy. The Tin Grill is like the square body, basically. I mean, they came out around the same time. They were in production for a similar amount of time. There you go. You had a third gen Cummins. Was it good, or did you have complaints? It was a great truck. It had 286,000 miles when I got rid of it. It had injector issues. Tom had done the injectors twice, and it was losing one, so it like misfired sometimes, but it wasn't a big deal, really. Excuse me. Great truck, hauled great. I towed 15,000 pounds with it once, which you shouldn't do. It was losing power toward the end. It ran perfect, nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't. That was the 305 horsepower HO model, and it just clearly did not have the HO anymore, but there was never an engine light. There was never anything about low boost or fuel. It just kept going, but it didn't run so happy anymore. But yeah, that was a great truck. Yeah, that truck was still on its original transmission at almost 300,000. Yeah. Tanner thought at one point in today's video you were running the camera on your hat like Peg does. No, never done that. Have a hat mount. Have a chest mount and a wrist mount. I've never used any of that crap. I saw another comment. Where did it go? Oh, Hot Shoe played with a 70 Challenger TA in Panther Pink today. That is cool and expensive. Fox Can Fix It has arrived. Tanner was looking at my hairs and noticing some of them were gray when we were working on the garbage can CUDA at No Name. It's messed up. Stuart Cody, who is also a member, thank you. Took the car cover off my 1965 Barracuda drag car today, getting it ready for the races. Yes! I've got another at least a month before any racing will happen locally. I would very much like to fix that 4-speed and get some shorter tires. Yeah. Yeah, 57A. Ah, never had one of those. Yeah, the 58A is a great unit. But I do mostly use it for amplifiers. Lucas Wittenmeyer would like to get a hat like this. You got to buy it from Cut Rate Auto Parts. I don't think they sell them online. I think you have to go to one. And they're not even guaranteed to have them either. I need to get a new one. I hope they can sell me one. Someone asked if I play Pantera. No. GPU specialists. Howards, Iski, Schneider, or... Well, don't say comp. I like to use Organ cams. They grind them. Howard's is good. Is Iski still good? I don't know. Nice. Bobby Z had that 273 and an 81 W250 worked really well. Little truck would be better. Yeah, for sure. I had an 81 W150 or 83 with a slant 6. It was terrible. That's cool though. Corey Williams, our latest member, said, thank you. Love your videos and appreciate your shared knowledge. Happy to do it. John Walker, did Chrysler Corporation ever offer power windows on an A body? My knowledge, no. I don't think so. Never seen that. Lots of B's and E's, but I don't think so. Legba says, as a 50-year-old, I have to say you are not growing old. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alan says the tin grill's better than any square body or high boy. He would know. He's done the math on that one. Yeah, Jeff Hutchins, yeah. Any way you look at it, is 273 beats the Slant 6. 273s are great little engines. It's small for a V8, but they're cool. Hank Kimball, ever play a 5-string bass regularly? No, I'm not into that. When is Movie Star Jamie coming back? I meant to get a haircut this week, but I was too busy working on a stupid Cummins swap in a tin grill. Fox Can Fix It hit 12,000 subscribers today. Congratulations. That's awesome. Stuart Cody says racing in Ohio starts in late April. Yeah. Usually like middle of April there should be racing happening at Bremerton. And Alan is ready. Yeah. Cool. DJ Katiz is here and says, hey Jamie, just checking in. Been super busy with my 318 swap. It's running and kind of driving now-ish. Nice. Good work. Martin Motors Co. Ironically enough, found your channel through a marketplace listing for that 77.8 Crew Cab 440 tin grill you had for sale. That was not me. Mitchell. Not Mitchell. Not Mitch. Mitchell. Not that Mitchell. The other Mitchell. That was his truck. He daily drove that thing for a year and then sold it. But he listed it with a link to my video, I think. So there you go. That's cool though. That is a funny way to find my channel. Yeah, Bobby Z. No, the 273 is a torquey little bugger. Oh, look, it's Old Iron 2188. He hasn't unsubscribed or unmembered yet. Hey, it's the 5-speed Caravan guy. Oh yeah, Tig's fixing fab. I'm not worried about getting gray. I've earned every one of them. Dead Cougar Garage lost his favorite hat at the Detroit Autorama. Wasn't going back for it. I have. My new camera is too fancy. It comes with a little tripod attachment and extended batteries, controllable from my phone, and cordless mics optional, although it actually has really good built-in mic too, which is great because that's what I'm going to be using 95% of the time. It is so pointlessly fancy. It has a follow mode. The camera is actually on a gimbal built in, so it has stabilization, and it's insane. It's way too nice for me. But also it's just a cheap little pocket. Well, there are cheaper pocket cameras. It's a little toy thing. But one of the crazy things it does is it has a tracking mode. So you set it on a table and point it at a target, like select yourself, and then it will track you as you move, which that sounds terrible to me, but it is a thing that it can do. Jaybird almost bought a 67 Belvedere once with a 273 and an LD4B manifold. That should have been a D4. Well, I guess no, 67. Never mind. Yeah, LD4B. It moved. Yeah, the one that my brother's 273 came out of a 68 Coronet, and it just had a 2-barrel on it. But even in that thing, it was pretty impressive. Hence the little magic name. Oh, wow. Martin Motors Co. just became a member. Thank you for that. A fancy member. Nice. Fancies get access to the exclusive, in case we're doing scrap pack picks. Fancies, now that I've fixed it, get access to the members only channel on our Discord, which is a thing that we have, and I bet McLevin will put up a link to it. Wow, that looks expensive. It's the cheapest drug there is. If you think that looks expensive, just wait till you see this. Ay, caramba, or whatever. Would I be an idiot to sell my Japanese Rickenbacker? Yes. And how much? Um, Mark Bass, 7145. If I see you in public, is it okay to ask to take a picture with you? Yeah, sure. That's cool. I slant is less thirsty than a 273. I mean, you're probably not wrong, but that's a trade I'd make. I'll take the 273, thank you. Um, I have no I'm not like famous or a big deal or anything like that, but I have been recognized at car shows a handful of times. When I went to Woodburn, when we were leaving, we passed this group of guys, and one of them like looked at me, and I heard him say, "That's Jamie Atwood," and that was a high point in my life. But I've also been recognized by my voice alone in Walmart once. You're that YouTuber guy, huh? My husband watches your videos all the time. That was really fun for me. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. I don't care. What are we doing? Uncle Duck took the cover off my 1970 Challenger A66 today, then shook my head and got a beer. If you don't know what a Challenger A66 is, it's cool. It's basically everything an RT is, but it's not an RT. It's a 340 car. And for whatever reason, they didn't want to put the 340 in the Challenger RT for 1970. So they didn't. It's basically everything an RT is, and it's a member of the Scat Pack, but it's not an RT. Challenger A66, special 1970 stuff. Yes, I just knew that off the top of my head. Don't ask me why. The Dude 69 found the channel from Uncle Tony. Yes, many people did. And thank you to Tony for that. He has mentioned my channel many times, and I've been on his 4 times, I think. 5? 6? Oh, I don't know. Handful of lives, 2 actual videos. Excuse me. Yeah. Slate Slavin says, "Howdy, how's it going? What's good in the hood?" Brian Ellis here and says, liked the group effort on the Cummins Club Cab. What's crew cab? It's big enough for the club. Today, good call on the strap likely breaking on the lift. You saved lives. Yeah, we knew. We knew it was dumb. We did it anyway. We knew. Like, and I didn't, I guess I saw the future when I said that was going to happen. But anyway, it is a DJI camera. Yes, I got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Yeah, Brian Seeley says New England Dragway on the East Coast opens April 1st, weather permitting. Yeah, first weekend in April, I think they usually schedule at Bremerton, but it depends on the weather. And that time of year here, it's probably still raining. So mid-late April is usually when racing can actually happen. 243 people here. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate that. Like Martin Adams, he's here. It was his birthday party. Well, happy birthday. Or happy birthday party to you, either way. Is Tony still on? I bet Tony's off if that many people are here. Nope, Tony's still on. Wow! Timothy Holcomb subscribed to Dead Cougar Garage. I reckon we're going to get you over 100 tonight. Dust Devil Garage is here. What's up? How's it going? The other DDG. Spit it out. Have a beer about it. Spitfire Mike. Hey, Jamie, just watched the Cummins video. Is the truck yours or Tom's? Tom's. Did you resolve the cam issue? I don't know what issue we're talking about. But yeah, that is Tom's truck. I'm doing way too much for way too little. Did Tom say something about his Dakota race truck? Alan said something about his Dakota race truck. Oh, Dakota race truck needs to race. Yes. Yes, I suppose it does. I hope you're ready to spend some money. That thing is a beast. Martin Motorscope. Been following since I bought that Power Wagon first of the year. It's a 75 W200 custom club cab. Cool. Needs some brake work. Has a mild 360 Holley EFI. Body's rougher than a night in jail. Nice. The Dude 69. Best B-body color. That's so subjective. I mean, I've always liked dark red on any of those Chargers, which is why I like the one that I have, although it's not as dark as it should be. I don't like bright, obnoxious colors myself. Some people do. I respect that. Like I said, it's subjective. I really like B5 blue. I do not like the horrible green or yellow or Plum Crazy's cool. Panther pink on a 70 Charger. That's kind of cool too. But the best, I don't know. Your third nipple. No, I'm not going to comment on that. Any plans to do a 1965 Cornet? I would love to. I really like 65 Cornets. Plans? No. My apartment, I have many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany. Just by the fire last night, I said, we have been coming to this same party for 10 years, and that is in no way depressing. Oh, no! Don't do that. Stuart Cody, you got 833 videos with 21 million views. Not bad. I agree. I'm very happy with that. I checked the other day. I have 23 videos with over 100,000 views. I used to keep track of the number. I had over 10,000, but that's literally all of them now. So yeah. And I'm not trying to brag. It's just what it is. I've been lucky in that my videos perform consistently, and consistency is key. Oh, nice. I imagine this is the club cab we're talking about. I can put up a picture in a very low-tech way. Yeah. There you go. I love those trucks so much. See, I want that, but a Cummins four-wheel drive stick shift. And God, there was one meeting that description in Portland for very, very cheap last week. And, well, let's just say by the time I called them, it was gone. Anyway, did you get the DJI Pocket 3? Yes. Osmo Pocket 3. I sure did. Dual tanks. Dual tanks. Hashtag science. Later, oh, is that looks like a camper gas cover, actually. Oh, wait. Camper truck. That's weird. All right, whatever. Anyway, it's got a gem camper tank door, but it also has a stock bed filler. Weird. Why would they do that? And that looks like a gem tank under there. Weird. And I see a hole for a cab tank. That thing has had so many tanks. Anyway, awesome truck. Yeah, fire emoji. Good call. Good call. Taylor, about to tackle intake manifold gasket on my ZJ with a 318. Any tips? Yeah, watch my intake manifold, Magnum intake manifold video. Unfortunately, one of our submarines is missing. That is a yellow demon. Missing the grill blackout. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I don't even know what. Yeah. Anyway, Magnum intake manifold. The end bolts are gonna break, so try not to break them. Spray them, heat the ends of the heads. You need another, Rick? God, no. Pray. But you're probably going to break the end bolts. The problem is they go into atmosphere, and so they just rust up really, really bad. But heat can help with that. Dan Clancy, love the Cummins swap series. He did add a G to the end of Cummins, but that's a forgivable sin. DP Wheeler, Jamie, I have a 3.9 that has hideous lifter noises. Any ideas? Is it a Magnum? It's kind of common with those roller lifters. Oil pressure? Flush the... Set it on fire? I don't know anything about 3.9s, to be honest with you. Tanner's mom thinks he and I sound alike. I could see it, I guess. I could see it. Barry Kuda has always liked a good torque flight. Torque flights are great, but I like 4-speeds. Maybe that's just me. What chrome piece? What are we doing? Oh, down the side? That's a custom cab? No, it's club cab. Is that an adventurer then? I don't know. It is a different piece than I'm used to. Just add another gas tank when the existing ones rust out. Well, a bed tank would have been plastic, but anyway. Overbuild Automotive. Anyone wanting an amazing little camera? APS-C Sony A5100. See, I was thinking about getting like a little point and shoot just like that. Nice. But I ended up with this goofy pocket thing. I'll keep that in mind. Dust Devil, what did I miss? Who got a Dakota race truck? Tom did, and we're hoping to change the fluids, make the computer work. It's going to need some tires, and we would like to run it this year. And he's going to sell it, but I do not dream of a Dakota RT race truck. But Jaybird says Junker Up's latest video is a white Charger, kind of like the white. Don't see any like that. I like them in white. I like them in every color, buddy. I don't like the ridiculous high impact green. Oh, Spitfire Mike, the cam that had an oversized journal wouldn't fit in the block. Yeah, that was the 6-barrel engine for the Sports Fury. We just put the original in, and I never, had it measured or anything like that. Is Tom going to paint it, meaning that truck? Tom said patina equals $signs when I told him that thing is an ugly beat pile. I don't think he's going to paint it. Yeah, DJI makes good stuff. Mike's a DJI too. Rooster is coming out of hiding mode. It's March 1st. Rope 1958 and Dead Cougar Garage say a few more people could hit a like button. Please do. It does something. I don't really know what. There you go. Jaybird calls my videos. Jaybird's wife calls DDG videos his stories. Oh, you're watching your stories. Sometimes I call my wife's television programs her stories. Or maybe she does. I don't know. Anyway. Alan, you're famous. Everyone knows Alan. Scoop is here. Dean is here. I'm going to guess that means Tony has signed off for the evening. If you're coming over here, like Josh Homan, welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Old Iron. Yeah. I almost said the same thing I've said 1,000 times, which is the 3.9s and 318 that someone cut 2 cylinders off of or whatever. A 318 that never hit its growth spurt is way better, though. PQ Speed Shop, 3 pedals rule. Barrow's Garage, finally caught alive. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Yes, Robert, really love my induction heater for loosening stuck bolts. That is a great tool. Great tool. Rust Beater Stairwix 71 Dart 2-door was mostly Flavor Flakes. Good times. Yes, Alan is also doing way too much on Tom's truck. I hope we get frame paint soon. That would be good. Charger 44073 in the house. How's it going? What's new? What's good in the hood? Wow. Todd Denio's now ex-GF, gal friend, would get mad at me if I commented in a live chat or in comments for any videos. Huh. All right. What mile a gallon does a 2-barrel 273 get? You know, I don't know. Friend reckoned he got 24 miles a gallon from his 302 Cougar. My brother, with a 360 and a 4-speed overdrive and a 323 gear in the Llama Barn Valiant, hand calculated like almost 26 miles a gallon on highway trips. Now, he went to Aberdeen. He might not be that good at math. Stuart Cody has learned a lot from my videos. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Red Dodge Garage. Well, we do have one. Hey. Powered by crap. That's right. Cut Rate Auto Parts. I still have like 50 of these stickers. I should give those out as a... I should carry them around with me everywhere I go and then give them to people that find me in public. Raymond Cabela's here. Nice video on your new truck. Well, it's not my truck. It's Tom's truck. But we're getting there. Hoobie's Garage is here. Uncle Tony sent him. Uncle Tony also sent Arlos 5163. Thanks for coming over. Appreciate that. Vinoy Coca is slightly late. Nice. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. DJ Kami still has an original Mavic Mini. Nice. Nice. This is also Marcus Waldner's first time here. Man, Tony sent everybody over. Thank you. Thanks for joining. We're just hanging out and talking about Mopars and cameras for some reason. I don't even know. Patrick Radcliffe says the Magnum 3.9 is a little beast. People love those things. I've never been impressed by them. But I'm not a Dakota guy either. Like a little Dakota with a V6. I could see that. No, Hoobie. Not Hoovie. Crossram Crazy is also here. Nice. Nice. My camera went out of focus. Come back. Come back to me. Where are you? Ugh. That's as clean as my hands get now. It's embarrassing. Anyway, I said hi to Dean, right? Did someone say Cougar? Nice. Nothing like home engineering on that comments. Yeah, we're having to do a lot. Rust Beater Stereolicts. Jamie, thoughts on trying to put a 99, 5.9 Magnum and 4.6 RE from a 1500 Sport into an early 90s Dakota? Well, as I literally just said, I'm not a Dakota guy. Yeah, it would make a fun little truck. I mean, even the Dakota RT with that drivetrain, the later, second-gen Dakotas, it's fun, dude. I mean, part of it's the gears, but yeah, it's fun. I don't think they ever put the bigger transmission in the first-gen Dakota, did they? I don't know, but I don't think so. Yeah, 318 to 3.9 V6 is the same concept as Chev 350 to 4.3. Absolutely. Network Kid is out. See you later. Thanks for being here. Where's Earl Scheib when you need him? Nice. Arcade 2000. Hi, Jamie. I'm having problems identifying if I have detonation or an exhaust manifold leak. Yes, I'm still learning, but any tips to tell one from the other? Okay, so detonation. When you're going to hear that is under load. It's fully load dependent. Exhaust leak can kind of get louder under load, but it's more RPM dependent, really. So detonation or pinging, or pre-ignition or whatever, that's going to be by load. So say you're going up a hill and you tip into the throttle more, and the more throttle you give it, the more you hear. That's detonation. Excuse me. It's quite something. Exhaust manifold leak will be loudest when the thing is cold. You'll hear it on first fire up. You'll hear it popping, and it may get quieter as the engine heats up. That's the telltale of an exhaust manifold leak. You can find one of those with a chunk of rubber hose, like a couple feet long, held up to your ear. Just search around, if you suspect that's your issue. But an exhaust leak, you're going to hear right away, no matter what. If it's, of any appreciable size, you're going to hear it right when the engine fires up. Pinging, you're only going to hear under load. So hopefully that helps you narrow that down. Squirrel! I'm not reading that. Squirrel! What? Says Squirrelitis. Good times. Jeff Hutchins, if they had just put a 4-banger turbo diesel in a second-gen Dakota crew cab. There are so many things Chrysler should have done that they did not. Like build a Suburban, for example. Barrow's Garage has never liked the V6, but likes 3.9s and 4.3s for the easy V8 swaps. Yeah. Nice. Wasn't there a diesel Dart wagon on Bring a Trailer? Not familiar with that. There's a diesel Dart sedan, 74, on FaceTube right now. No Beret. What are y'all doing here? We just hanging out. Uncle Shane, sometime this week I need to get to replacing my 97 Ram filler neck. Rust belt is finally taking its toll on the neck. It leaks when filled in a bad way. End of time is here for the snacks. Pretty sure Scoop has those. Rob Fitch says the Dakota with the V6 is a gutless piece. Michael Buteau? Another Tony bump. Thanks for joining. Any thoughts on a diesel-powered Dart? Asks Ronald Fondren. Yeah, I think they're cool. Yes, Uncle Tony did a video defending Tom. He was stealing all kinds of content from us this week. Yeah, because one particular expert basically called Tom an idiot, essentially. Tom is not the idiot among them, so we'll just leave it at that. How's Tracy like his Dakota? I haven't heard from him in a while, but he told me specifically that he would not be taking it apart. So, there you go. Brady Doug wants to know what happened to the Neon. Byron's wife and kid daily drive it. They needed a car. She wrecked their Focus. Not her fault. There was hydroplaning involved. But she needed a car, so I loaned it to them, and then we ended up trading. I now have a 55 Plymouth that I sold Byron a long time ago, which you will start noticing in the background of a bunch of videos until I do something with it. Uncle Duck, who just became a member. Thank you, Uncle Duck. Appreciate that. Or wait, fancy member. Wait, did I already read this? How many people have become members in this live? No, I don't think I saw yours. Huh. Well, anyway, thank you for that. Much appreciated. And there was an Uncle Duck comment that said... Where did it go? Oh, thanks. I like the groove here and the good old down-to-earthness. Well, we try. 246 people here. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. No Beret had an 89 Dakota, 3.9 with a 2-barrel. Yeah, TBI. Should be an 89, right? Yeah, gotta be. 5-speed, 2-wheel drive. Dead Cougar Garage is laying the dogs out. Crossram Crazy. Second gen Dakota had shift module issues in the transmission that I experienced. It's funny you should say that because the Dakota RT that I owned, then Tom owned, then Alan owned, now Tracy owns, has an odd delayed shifting issue. Doesn't slip. It just doesn't ever want to go into third gear. I just saw this comment from a bit ago. That is a different username that I'm familiar with going with that picture. But R88 Love, great vids this week. Tom will have a rad truck. Yeah, I think it's turning out really nice. It's turning out a little too nice. Bed drop was necessary for rust removal. Also mud, dude. That thing is... Ugh. So bad. Is that a supercharger? Yes. Jamie is now a poor. Yeah, what AMC guy said. Yep, exhaust leak would be a rhythmic tick, tick, tick. Detonation sounds more like popcorn or deep frying chicken. That's a good one. Yeah. That's funny. Ange Devil's here. Yeah, if Charger 44073 is here, you know I have to be here. She's right next to me. Nice. That's funny. K-Man Weisenbach has been wanting a slant-powered T100. I've been hearing not to tow with one. Is it really a problem? They're just gutless. They're so gutless. I've had a couple slant-powered D-Series trucks from the 80s. Well, no, I have, but one of them was gutless. But there was something wrong with that one. I never got to the bottom of that one. My two-wheel drive, the engine that I rebuilt for Vivian's Dart, that thing was awesome. But I didn't tow with it. It's just grossly underpowered for... Yeah. That would be your issue there. Corey Williams, binged all your Dale's Demon vids due to recently acquiring my own 71 Demon. Awesome car and videos. What's next for Dale's Demon? So next, Dale's Demon is going to get the original 340 put back in. I need to rebuild that. And that's going to have to happen soon because I have sold the 360. It's still in there. But coming up soon, I'm going to have to pull that out. We're putting it in a certain black 69 4-speed Dart. And it's going to be a really cool project, and I'm looking forward to it. That's also going to be part of my book thing. Speaking of which, someone asked how the book's going. I've written an introduction and 2.5 paragraphs of the first chapter. That's where we're at. But I've been doing research and background work and what have you. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so the 360 is sold. I need to take it out of the Demon, and I do not want to leave that car in pieces. So I need the 340 freshened, probably not a total rebuild or anything like that. There really wasn't much wrong with it when I took it out, except for a ticking lifter and oil leaks. I'm not quite sure what the deal with the lifter was. It's not wiped out in any way. And I did have a rocker arm problem with that engine as well, but even after I changed the arms, it still would sometimes tick. So not sure if we're going to keep that cam and lifters or do something different. But I am basically doing an engine compartment restoration. No paint, leaving the original paint and the little touch-ups and stuff Dale did. But the 340 is going to go back in with all the factory bits. So I got to restore the valve covers, the intake manifold, the thermoquad, the 1971 4-speed only thermoquad. The factory distributor, cast iron dual point is going back in. MSD box is coming out. It's fully going back to factory 1971 engine compartment. I have all the parts. You know, there are going to be some extra holes drilled and stuff. Obviously, it was a race car, so, you know, you'll have that. But yeah, that's what's coming up for the Demon. And it pretty much has to happen in the next handful of months. So, yeah. Doing McLovin's 340. Doing a 340 at Rocket that's getting a roller cam. And then doing mine. So we're going to do 3 340 builds this year. It's going to be awesome. Poppin' Wheelies wants to know, you getting after that swinger again soon? Yes, we're going to pull the engine this week, I think. As long as things go to my genius plan. Excuse me. Oh, Alan's truck. Butters has some detonation. Okay, we should probably put a timing light on that. We don't want to melt pistons. That's a really good engine. But someone said nitrous fixes pinging. Who was that? I don't know where that went, but anyway. No Dakota Garage. I really like that Dakota RT. It's a super fun truck, but No Beret says instead of the chunk of hose, you can use a snap-on exhaust leak scanning tunneling electron spectroscope. Yeah, low, easy weekly payments. No, the 74 Diesel Dart hasn't sold, at least last I saw, and I bought an 871 blower today. I can't buy a Diesel Dart, but I have certainly been tempted. No, I did not get a BDS. My Hemi was custom built by a local gentleman, local to me. He's in Hoodsport, Washington, about an hour from here. His name is Rick Dean, Dean's Blowers. Built exactly what I wanted. I'm super happy about it. Good artists copy, great artists steal. Nice. Funny thing about DJ Kami, funny thing about Diesel Dakota, DCX, Daimler Chrysler, whatever, totally had diesel caravans during the same time in Europe. Yeah, well, we are idiots in America. For some reason, we never get the cool stuff. I don't know. Small diesels? Nope, can't have that. Till we get these Italian things that, the cranks bend or whatever. Yeah. Is it a picture book? It's one of these. One of these guys. But Chrysler. So there you go. Yeah. Yes, Polera is Dodge. That is indeed a Dodge. Raymond Cabell, can I borrow your team of mechanicals or just Alan? Well, AMC guy comes here for the interesting smells. Nice. Nice. Savoy or Belvedere? Either or. Scoop is an expert. Fleetwood John is here and says, hey, Jamie and all. Nice intro on the Come and Swap video. Fancy professional. Proud of that. I had to do that. I had to do an intro on this video so people knew this truck will run by the end of the video, because so far we've done 2 videos on it and nothing happened, essentially. So anyway, sometimes I do artsy intros when I feel like it. Is Tom's truck getting a regular bed, or is the service bed going back on? The service bed is going back on. Everyone loves the service bed. I don't like them myself, but Broccolo is out. Good luck. Hoobie's Garage, and that's Hoobie, not the other one. Mopar question. Found a full 426 Hemi cam kit dated 1967 from Iski in my garage. Trying to figure out what it is, what it's worth on my latest video. Well, what it's worth is whatever I'll give you. Hoobies. Videos. 3,000 subscribers. Newfound treasures. Ultradyne. Never heard of it. Okay, I'll have to review this later, but but you can email me any information on it. DadDodgeGarage@gmail.com. Yes, I sent a few people pictures of the 426 blower motor. And it's just sitting together, of course. It needs to be assembled. Uncle Duck, what heads are you putting on the Demon 340? The original J heads. I have the original block. I have basically everything. But block, heads, intake manifold, 71 correct intake manifold, the right carb, valve covers, air cleaner, unsilenced air cleaner, distributor, cast iron, dual point. I have everything. The one thing I don't have, it turns out, is the original driver's side exhaust manifold. And I didn't know that. Dale thought the two he had were original. But the driver's side is actually an early reproduction, the high performance version, 68 to 70. That's what I have. I don't have the original manifold. So that's unfortunate. I don't know how that happened. I have a correct one. It's the wrong year, but no one will ever know. I'd like to find a correct 71 if I can. Bear Rose Garage. I always wondered why Mopar left the slant so small instead of pushing for 300 cubes like GM and Ford. Well, that is because at 225 cubic inch, that platform was already like beyond where it should have been. Too much stroke, not much room for more bore. The cylinder head is terrible and can't support a bigger cubic inch size. Like, it's just not. It can't go there. That's why. And Chrysler knew that the Slant 6 was very limited. They had intended to replace the Slant 6 with what became the Australian Hemi 6 for 1970, I believe. And they scrapped that. And kept the Slant in production until the 3.9 came. Yeah. Almost 20 years later. Brian Seeley, roughly how much is it having a Camry ground? $150? Something like that. A little less, a little more, maybe. Jaybird, have you talked to Dale lately? It's been a couple months. I hear from him fairly often. He'll come by and or give me a call. But yeah, it's been a few months. Timothy Holcomb, Turbo Valiant updates, question mark. The Turbo Valiant is parked at my mom's house. It's currently being a doorstop. So no real updates. Yeah, Duke of 5A says heads are the bottleneck on the 300 Ford as it was. Yeah, that I believe that. Jeff Hutchins, do your J heads actually have a J on them? Mm-hmm. Yep, it's forward here and then it's backwards here. It's actually part of a U, but it looks like a J. Everybody calls them J heads. They're J heads. Whatever. But they are the original heads off that engine. Going right back on. Wire by Numbers book for Jeff Hutchins. Yep, there you go. Jamie's favorite, painless harnesses. We actually the main idea of the book is wiring harness replacement. So we're going to talk factory, which is what I highly recommend everyone does. We're going to talk aftermarket and why they suck and how to make them work on a Mopar and what type you should be looking for. And then I'm going to instruct the reader on how to build one from scratch. Poppin' Wheelies, do you ever work on an AMX? Nope. Never even touched one. Slate Slavens, dumb question. Back in the 70s, there was a small rectangular vacuum gizmo often mounted on the firewall. What the heck was it? Emissions crap. Some kind of timer thingy, I think. But I don't know. If you're thinking of what I'm thinking of. What did Rooster do? Oh, Rooster's 426 is injected? My manifold is set up for... Yay, we did it! The little mic died. It vibrated, and then it just shut off. Yep. It's a microphone. What did we learn? Martin Adams has had 2 Dakota RTs since 1999. Basically like a car with a big trunk. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, it's kind of a truck. It's kind of a do everything. I understood. I think I said this in the video I did on it. Like, it makes sense if you could only have one vehicle and you wanted something that was sporty and fun, but had utility like a truck. It makes sense to me for that reason. Dodge did have Mitsubishi diesels. Yes. Well, Chrysler brought them to a... Or wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hang on. Hang on. Was it the... Yeah, no, it's a Nissan SD33 that was dealer installed, and Chrysler brought them to America and put the Chrysler name on the valve cover. But obviously they had a long-standing relationship with Mitsubishi as well. So, yeah, there were multiple weird import diesels used over the decades. Crossram Crazy has always used a long screwdriver to listen for internal noise. I've done that too. I've shown that on video. Where was I? I think I was... Oh, was I talking about the wiring book? I think I was talking about the wiring book. No, maybe we did that. No diesels in USA due to EPA laws. Yeah. Because why would we want the more efficient option? Anyway. Martin Motorsco says the D600 video was awesome. My dad and I watched it together. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dust Devil Garage became a fancy member. Thank you for that. Legba likes the artsy B-roll. Please do more. Used to do a lot more of that. I've been trying to... I used to do a lot more. I've been trying to be a little bit less nonsensical and keep things trim. But yeah, when the mood strikes me, when I think it's right for the video, I like to do that kind of thing. Crossram Crazy said, oh yeah, the long screwdriver thing, but Plymouth Savoy in 63 and 4, 3 inches shorter than the Dodge Polara, same year. Also the Postcars ladder. Yeah, the Plymouth B-bodies from the beginning till the end, I think, were a shorter wheelbase than Dodge. Same with the E-body, actually. Fancy members get upgraded from corn dogs to burgers. Nice. Service beds are heavy and ugly. Not sure why Tom would do that. Well, it's already there. It's part of the truck's history. It matches. Similarly ugly. Service beds have utility. He already has 2 other Cummins trucks that have normal beds. Uncle Duck, J202s. So I think Dale told me they are 202s. I think they are. I think that was still a thing. I don't know if that was all of 71 or most of 71. I will obviously be checking. The J-heads are still bolted onto the 318 that he ran in that car from 1978 or 9 until the 2000s. Mind you, it spent 20 of those years in the garage. But anyway. Crashes Roadrunner Garage is here and says, hey, Jamie, can't wait to buy your book. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm hoping a lot of my subscribers will buy said book. It's going to be a great resource and answer lots and lots of questions. I'm way back in the comments. Mark Cornett guy, what did I miss on the wiring book? I'm working on it. And you also missed me explaining that I sold the 360 from the Demon, and I'm going to have to pull it soon, and my 340 is not done. Mark's watching me on the big screen down in Arizona. Got Wi-Fi today. Nice. It's awesome. The micro that phones things. Yes, good that the mic warned me. What if it didn't? Actually, StreamYard warned me too, but you know these things have little magnets on them? Maybe that's not steel. Hold on. Hold on. It's a pretty good magnet. Please hold. It's a silent podcast. The K&N mic. Yeah, nice. Ronald Fondren is out. Put the Ford shirt on. I don't have the Ford shirt. There is a red one, yes. But I have this. My sister got me this because she has a sense of humor. Where is my sister? Yeah, Jeff Hutchins. Better to use a Turbo Slant 6 as a doorstop than an XJ Jeep. The XJ has a purpose. And it also runs okay. I drove that XJ to Hoodsport today to bring my blower home. It was quite nice. Tires vibrate a little. Dead Cougar Garage let the dogs out. I read that comment. And I ended up cleaning the kitchen. What did I miss? Well, I think you got back right before the microphone died. Few things. Oof. Didn't the 71340 use a thermoquad carb? Yes, I said that. Also, I think the 71J heads were 1 year only 202 intake. Is that correct? I think that is true as well. I said that. I don't know if it was all of 71. I thought I had read somewhere it was only part of the year, but Dale told me that they have 202s. So there you go, I guess. Go! Tanner posted a picture of his kitty in the Discord. Several people have joined the Discord tonight. And welcome, by the way. And brace yourselves. The cat pictures are upon us. Alan wants to be part of an Australian Hemi 6 build. Yeah. As soon as we can get one. We'll get one eventually. The Slant 6 was made to be small. If you watch Tony's Understanding the Slant 6 video, which I have done several times, Go! McLovin put up a picture of his cats. Both of those cats. I was at McLovin's house for that Prospector video a few weeks back. And I used the bathroom. And when I opened the door, both of those cats were just looking at me. Hilarious. Anyway. What was I talking about? The Slant 6 was made to be small. Uncle Tony's Understanding the Slant 6 video. He explains that the 170 was the perfect engine. It was the perfect Slant 6, and the 225 is too big, and the stroke is too long, and it's stupid. And people asked me about, why wouldn't you boost to 225 instead of the 170? Well, funny enough, I thought it had a 225 because it had a 225 air cleaner. But once I learned it was a 170, I was not unhappy because it has a short stroke, but the same bore, the same head, the stroke is the only difference, and the shorter stroke should, in theory, lend itself to higher RPM performance. Not that the cylinder head wants to go there. But anyway. 170s are cool. 225s are silly. AMXs are rare. Connor Burke wants to know, how much does it cost to work on a 1950 truck? I don't know. Parts are harder for older stuff like that. And factory 6-volt electrical is unfortunate. Brian Seeley owns a 68 AMX. Nice. Hell yeah. Dart week. Overbuild Automotive isn't any brand guy. Dude, I like all kinds of stuff. I like various Japanese cars. I like some things. I like all kinds of stuff. Not even just cars. I've talked about that as well. But anyway. Hot Shoe says, you're my first live stream on the new computer and monitor. Nice. PQ Speed Shop says the magnets for the lav mics suck when you're trying to make a video and your car steals the mic.
We were thinking it would be cool to magnet them on the back of a car for exhaust sound. Senior and Sons, how's it going? Mike, do you have a date when the book will be ready for us to purchase? I do not. The due date for the finished manuscript is the beginning of November, but I don't know how long it'll take them to finish it from there. And I'm sure it'll be right on time. I'm well known for doing things right on time. Nice. Jeffrey Vos says, you could put me down for one book since my 65 Valiance wiring is a hacked mess. Early pre-order option. Selling the book is that's not my problem. I mean, I'll tell you guys where to go buy it when I know, but that's, very much not my department. Old Iron says, the nonsense, the B-roll and the silliness, the nonsense is why I first subbed to this channel. It's literally the best part. I mean, I agree. There will always be some level of nonsense. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to just trying to keep it stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? Well, kinda. God, why can't I just have the letters I want? Anyway. Ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. Is that the Faces? No. Yes! Faces. Dang, I'm good. Also, I probably peaked the mic, but I wouldn't know because my headphones aren't on. I apologize if so. Apparently earlier when I forgot what I was talking about, Brian L. says I was talking about the ideal Charger being Panther Pink. Timothy Holcomb says, best Chrysler? Conquest Turbo. That's not even really a Chrysler. Hey. Is Tom making a roadside emergency assistance truck to better service customers? No. Scoop wants a Jeep Comanche. My only problem with Comanches is the 2.8 V6. It was not good. EMS guy, speaking of Dead Dodge Sister, isn't it time for a guest appearance by her? She hasn't been on in quite a while. Yeah, we probably should do that, I guess. Rebobber, 170s are cool, 225s are silly, 198s don't exist. Yeah. Dust Devil gets a heart for that one. So good. Doesn't the 170 have bigger rod bearings and crank bearings? No, the 225 has... Wait, hold on. Wait. Aren't they the same until they made them smaller in the late 225s? I don't actually know. I know about 225 main bearings. Lance Colby. Hey, Jamie, or DDG, or whatever your name is. Do you plan on doing a Magnum build soon? We've talked about several. It just hasn't really worked out. Jimmy Madison headed out to grab dinner. Thanks for being here. Have a good one. It's becoming only cats. Every week, for some reason, the community room briefly becomes a cat channel. Mark Halley, when you get to needing a break from darts, fix your tractor. We fixed it, except for the cylinder for the bucket tilt. Got to get a new cylinder. Autographed copies of the book when? I don't know. I'd have to... I don't know. I don't deal with any of my merch, the stuff on the merch store. I'd have to figure out how to stock books, and then I'd have to ship them or get someone else local to ship them, and that doesn't sound like fun to me. All my merch is third-party printed. Excuse me. So I am not guaranteeing that's going to happen. Yes, later Comanches had the 4.0 inline, which is a great engine. Barracuda says, there have been 4 225 slant sixes in my life. I definitely haven't ever thought of any of them as silly. I've had good 225s. I've said this. Who sang it in the Faces? How should I know who's in the band Faces? I've had 225s that run awesome, that do burnouts, that get good mileage, that are just happy and quiet. And I've had 225s that are gutless turds and won't spin a tire and won't accelerate and just are bad in every way. You know, I've had good ones. Have Tom ship books. I know I almost made that joke. Tom loves shipping stuff for me. Anyway. Yeah, Jeffrey Both. I think the best part is never having to hear Jamie read commercial copy badly in the middle of a video. Yeah, I want you to know, I saw a thing looking for creators, influencers that want an O'Reilly deal, and a bunch of major ones too. And I thought about it because I use O'Reilly and I worked for them for 5 years and I bought from them when I had an actual business and I like them as a company and everything. And so I thought about it for a minute there because, again, like something you believe in, that makes sense. But then I realized, nope, too dirty. Can't do it. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Anyway. Yeah, Jeff Hutchins. I've had and have some of everything. Ford and Chevy trucks. It's still fun to make fun of them. I've had Fords I like. How many Fords have I had? I've had at least a handful of Fords. And I've said nice things about 302s and stuff. Mark Cornett guy, since you're making the Demon more street-worthy, would you be interested in the proper in-dash tack for your cluster? I just may have one. Don't want to do away with the hood tack on the Dart. No, you don't. That's the coolest thing ever. I do want that tack. It might go in my 70 Swinger with the big block, though. I'm putting a rally dash in that as well, which is why I was asking you about a bezel. I probably wouldn't put it in the Demon because it's not supposed to be there. And I don't know if I want to pull the performance gauges. I like them. It's kind of silly, but yeah. PQ Speed Shop. I'm imagining I will hear your voice while reading the book. I guarantee you will. Will there be and remembers in the book? I put one at the end of... my, hold on, introduction. How do I switch windows? It's right there. What? Whatever. Hang on. And remember. Oh, I don't know if I should spoil it. Oh, and remember, try and keep the smoke inside the wires. There you go. Spoiler. I don't know that there will be more than one. Oh, this thing is so stupid. Just do what I want you to do. There you go. No, Bray, when your book comes out, do I have to do book learning? You don't have to do anything. Yeah, Robert, absolutely say no to Chevy 60-degree V6s. So bad. Stephen Andrews says, my sister was on the first live that he saw, the Thermoquad rebuild live stream about 76,000 subscribers ago. Yep. Yeah, AMC 2.5 is a great engine. Did you know that the 2.5 was specifically engineered to go in place of a 60-degree Chevy V6 with the BOP bell pattern because Jeep AMC had a deal for transmissions to both of those engines, and they didn't want to have to reinvent the wheel on that. So instead of using their own bolt pattern, they used the BOP pattern on the 2.5, which has been complicating 2.5 to 4-liter swaps for Jeep owners for decades. Hilarious. Yes, 225-6 uses Hemi main bearings. I assume that's what Dean Stevenson was talking about. Yes, Russ Beaters, a moderate amount of frivolity and shenanigans is acceptable. Absolutely. Mopar had made a joke about eating cats. I don't think that's it. Yes, the Slant 6 uses Hemi main bearings. It just needs 3 more of them, that's all. Was Rod Stewart the guy? I don't know. Colleen will bring her book to No Name and have Jamie sign it. There you go. Make a sticker of your signature. People can buy it. Not doing that. That's a cat. Cat! Stop scratching my door! Hey, content creators. Are you an influencer? Dauntless. Are we talking Dauntless V6s? Buicks. Yeah. Desert Drag says the only good Ford engine is the 300. No, I think 302s are good. 283s and 302s. Yes, of course, my Cobra was a kit car. What, do I look rich or something? Roger Daltrey says Rod Stewart is the only rock singer who likes the sound of his own voice. And as a rock singer, I could see that. Danny Boyd has a 240 Ford Inline 6, which is a D-stroke 300. Isn't there a deck height difference, though? I thought the 300 had a taller deck. I know the 200's a shorter deck, but... Oh, my sister's here. Right on time as usual. I thought you were using the microphone you had on your chest. Yes, you must have looked away from the screen for a few minutes. My lav mic died. It vibrated and shut off and muted the stream. It was hilarious. The dude 69. I wish Mopar had an LS-like dependable high horsepower engine. Let me introduce you to the 3rd gen Hemi. The early generation did have head problems. That is true. But Eagle Head or whatever solved all that in 2000, whatever, 8 or 9. Some still have lifter problems, but that's not usually the high performance engines. The 3rd gen Hemi is... look at one next to an LS. It is a Hemi LS. That is what it is. Everything about that design is LS. The head bolt layout is exactly the same. The lifter setup, mind you, the cam height is different and whatever. The lifter angle is a little different, but general configuration. The oil pump is the same. It's the same. Iron block, though. They haven't done an aluminum one, I don't think. Yeah, influencers. What a joke. I so agree. My wife said I was an influencer once, and I said, no. Oh, Ron Wood sang that song. Wow. Cats do not obey humans. That is true. Ba, 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 ba. Moparad tells that joke to get a rise out of cat people. Are we really not allowed to talk about guitars? No, we can talk about guitars. I gotta go soon, though. I'm hungry. Jacob Lawson, reputable place for a reverse manual valve body, 904 transmission. Does Cope sell them for 904s? He definitely has them for 727s. I would get a hold of Cope Racing Transmission, CRT, John Cope, on YouTube. He has a website, but he's also on YouTube, CRT. Cathode ray tube, whatever. 240 and 300 match up like a 351M and 400. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I thought... I guess I just assumed the 240 was a shorter deck height. 240 Ford deck height. 240, 306. Okay, it is the same, yeah. 10-inch deck height, 240 and 300. 240 uses a 3.18 stroke. And 300... Where'd it go? Well, I don't know, but it's more. Okay, so the 200 is... And didn't they have a one... Oh, God. whatever. I don't need to know anything about Ford inline engines, really. But the 300s are really great. Jamie's getting ratioed by a cat. Nice. Where the hell is Mom? She was here. She is here. She also hollered at you. Yeah. Ever tried to fix a horn that doesn't work? Beyond my capabilities. Rod Stewart's an HO model railroader. Maybe I do like that guy. I'm not a cat guy. I prefer Cummins. Third gen Hemi. Tick, 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 tick. Yes, yes, I know. You get used to it. My truck ticks a little when it starts. You rev it a bit, get some oil on the lifters, and it quiets right down. Oh, the dude 69. Third gen Hemi? 09 to 2020, whatever, are the good ones. They took them out of production, except that they didn't, and now they've brought them back. But the only ones they're making right now are the mild hybrid version, which, I mean, the engine itself is the same. It doesn't matter, but anywho. Dean Stevenson, the internet said it was a 10-inch tall deck, but the internet's been wrong before. No stairway to heaven. Practice it elsewhere. Oh. Yeah. Horn relay is the key to everything electrical, says No Beret. Well, the horns do die sometimes. Yeah, once I started to say 170. Yeah, okay. So that I was thinking of the 250. So whatever. So the short deck went to 250, but the tall deck was as small as 240. That makes perfect sense. Farm Truck 01, did all the small block Mopars have nylon coated cam gears? No, they didn't get that until, we've figured this out before, early 70s. Excuse me. And then Magnums did not use them. Tanner is looking to start doing a bit of luthier work and guitar bass setup. Someone asked earlier if I set up guitars. I have. I wouldn't say I'm the best at it. I mean, I can make something playable. These days, the guy at the local guitar store just gives me such a smoking deal on his time, and he's real good. So I just take him to him. Like the Rick, the 77. I kind of set that up when I got it. The intonation was a little goofy, and I improved it a lot, but the neck was still a little bowed, and the frets needed dressed, so I just took it to Joe, and he just went, boop, 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 boop. There you go. And it's mint. So, yeah, I've done a little bit of that stuff, but not an expert. Todd Denio's been being ignored. I read your comment about your girlfriend. No, someone took all the sandwiches. Early E-Vans used the car 6s. Interesting. Raymond Cabell is heading out. See you later. I apologize for missing so many comments tonight, but there are a lot of them, and it's hard to keep up. I've been trying to stay with it, but yeah, Rope 1958. Can't hear the Hemi tick. The exhaust manifold leaks drown it out. There you go. No, that's true, Robert. No, the Hemi never actually stopped production because they were still making them for, even the 5.7 was still in production for the Durango RT. But yeah. They were still making the 6.4 as well. Oh. What? The internet is wrong? I knew that the 300 used the same bell housing as the small block Ford, if you can call it that. Everyone's leaving because it's about that time. They know. I've never had a guitar plecked. Plecked is it's the fancy robot that sets up your guitar automagically. Never had one done. Did that autocorrect? No. Good. Okay. Nah, I've been chewed out before. Freiberger talked about the ShoreTech 440 build. Is it possible? Not only that, it's been done many times. Have you seen the guy, Brian Seeley, have you seen the guy on YouTube that hacked up a couple LS heads, combined them, and put them on a Ford 300? I've seen pictures of it. Haven't seen him on YouTube. No. 3 is the number you shall count to, and the number you shall count to shall be 3. What are you talking about? Yes, reading comments was easier when the channel was smaller, but it is what it is. Well, it was a comment about his ex-girlfriend. Oh, he was trying to tease the... Okay. Yeah, there you go. The guys that were talking AMC. There was a lot of that. There's a lot of comments. Nice. Barrows, I have one Gibson, and it's the cheap model, and I paid $300 for that? Or was it $400? I don't know. Smoking deal. It's worth $800 or $900 if it wasn't such a piece of garbage. Everything else in here is Epiphone. I have a cheapo Gibson SG. I have a Mexican Strat. I have a Mexican P-Bass. I do have 3 Rickenbackers. Allegedly. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with cheaper guitars. In fact, they're kind of better in many ways. McLovin asking the big questions because it's about that time. What's on the agenda this week? I literally have no idea. I was hoping Engine Wednesday was going to be pulling the Detroit out of that tanker truck, but we didn't actually do that because we spent the entire week getting the Cummins running. I have a Hemi that I need to do a video on, so maybe that. But it's not going to be a good video. No one's going to like it because we're not actually doing anything. So, Connor Burke, do you collect guitars? Do you have to ask that? My 6 guitar boat is over here. My acoustic's over here. My bass that I've been playing with is over here in a case. So yeah, you can only see like a third of the collection right now. But I do. Yeah. Dust Devil Garage. I loved my Epiphone Thunderbird. Dude, I love mine too. But as soon as I got the Rick, I was like, I went from P-Bass to Thunderbird, which was great. And it cut through the mix. And then I got the Rick and I was like, oh. And then I plugged into the Thunderbird again and I was like, nope, this ain't it. Now I'm a Rick guy. Brian Seeley says, whatever you put out for a video, I'll watch and enjoy it. Yes, thank you. I really appreciate that. Many people do. The diehards always do. I just appreciate that so much. When I say things like no one will watch this or whatever, I'm talking about the YouTube audience at large. You could just kind of tell like videos perform well or they don't. And it is what it is. But anyway, Ange Devil said, Hemi ? Yeah, this one. We're going to do that. If that's the one I'm building with the blower, I don't actually know. Yes, the guitars just sort of accumulate like the cars, says my mother. Very true. Do they have diesel emission regulations in Washington? Just the federal. There's nothing special, and we have no emissions testing. So it's kind of like the Wild West. Slate Slavens, can't wait for the Detroit diesel stuff. It's the only diesel I know anything about. Dude, I'm so excited to do Detroit stuff. Chris Greenhill is late. Very. He was unable to catch the live due to being at the NASCAR race. Figured I'd stop by and say hello and good night. Nice. That sounds fun. I'm going to go to a NASCAR race someday. Yeah, I have no idea what videos I'm going to make. Like, if I tell you what's coming, sometimes it's wrong. I walk out in the shop or the driveway or on Facebook Marketplace or Tom's place and I'm like, this is the video, and then it's the video. It's very hand to mouth. I mean, the furthest ahead I've ever been on videos was a week and a half. I keep trying to get ahead. I need time to write a book. But it's hard. Fleetwood John, 95 Ram, 318 Magnum, exhaust manifolds are leaking. I know the bolts are going to break if I try and take them off. Is it okay to run or will I burn the valves? I've heard that too. I honestly don't know if it will be that big a problem. No exhaust leak is a good exhaust leak. It can also throw off your O2 reading. I can't tell you really how much you have to worry about. Yep. Yes. Most of the channel members and most of the people that hang out here are the sort that watch all of my videos. So again, I really do appreciate if you do that. And Hot Shoe watches but does not comment often. Danny Boyd loves the A pickup. Me too. I'm excited. Yes, we got to get McLovin's 340 heads to the machine shop this week. Maybe I should just take mine with. I need to get a crank up there too. Well, no, I have to get the hub first. Whatever. Hoobie's Garage said, great live. I'm sub now. Have a great week. Thank you. Appreciate that. And we will see you later. Yeah, 383 in the Dart is coming. I cannot guarantee that the 383 will be in the Dart for the next video, but the 360 will be out. I would really like to do that. But I'm going to pull the drivetrain out and then like pressure wash every inch of that car. The interior's getting gutted. Like we got to cut a chunk of the floor out, 4-speed swap it, and I got to rebuild a 4-speed. There's a lot to come on that big block swinger. But yeah, I think we're going to see it in there pretty soon. Grasshopper Cruise. Some of them watch them truck videos twice. Nice. Yep, 383 Dart. It's coming. It's going to happen. It's Dart week this week. John Smith, give your helper army cameras and have each one film. That way you'll have 4 videos made at once. They do. There's footage contributed from all of those guys often. You can tell when perspectives change and cameras change and stuff and audio gets different. But it's usually of the same video we're all working on. I have had people contribute whole videos. My brother, Alan, Jordan did part of one once. Is that it? I think that's it. Some of them have done okay. Some of them not so much. Some people get scared when it's not me. Always intended to have other people making videos on the channel, but I also intended for this to be a channel for more than just Dead Dodge Garage stuff. But Hot Shoe says the 871's too big for my 383. I do agree. All right, I'm leaving. Put a corn dog in the window. Though I should have got it too. I'm too hungry for this. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Looking forward to completion of Vivian's Dart. Yeah, we better have that transmission in this week. She needs that thing back. Turtle Song. That was the other one. That's the wrong key. If the world, Earth, hold on, I wrote this song. If the Earth was a turtle and I was also a turtle, well, you know it's only turtles all the way down. I'm out of here. Vic, here's turtles. Don't tell. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Many appreciates. Such funs. See you in the comments on whatever videos I make this week. Bye-bye.